Hey, sorry guys. What's up? What's up? Hello Tony. Hello Luke. How you doing? I'm sorry guys. My bad. I click on the wrong button on here and something happened. Hey Cuba, how you doing? Hello again. Hello, hello. Hey Sina. Hey Tocayo, Omar, Jatin, Ben. Hey Jets, Justin, Orlando. Hello Salman. Sorry guys, I clicked something here. Again, I'm on a trip. I'm having some personal business here in Mexico, so I came for a week, and I usually take my laptop with me, and here it is. But sometimes it just makes me feel old, makes me feel like missing my usual setup with my huge screen and everything. So here, even when my laptop is a very decent size, it's a MacBook Pro. Uh, you get used to the good stuff like really fast. So I just got used to the huge screen, and now coming to this tiny tiny screen. Well, it's not tiny, but it it feels like tiny today. But well, anyways, we are here again. So thank you for joining. Sorry for all the trouble. Hello, Shoki, Jason, Don. Hello. All right, guys. So let's get to business really quick here. So uh, first, I'm gonna start with the AMD trade. Ended taking very similar trade to Tony and I think Jack, but I received a few questions about my key levels. So I just want to make sure that we all understand my key levels. Hello, Gabby. Hello, Jamie. So I wanted to come here to the daily chart on AMD. So the question was about this 172 and this 174. All right, so this is the daily chart. Let me zoom in a little bit. So this is the daily chart. And if we go back all the way to October, we will see that the next key levels to the upside after Friday's candle were 167.50, 168.85, and then the next one was 172 and 174, right? The good thing about AMD today was this gap up, this gap up. So my next level to the upside I was looking for was this 174. I'm sorry, 172. And then the next one is this 174. And then the next one will be this 179.75. Can you guys identify why we are taking these key levels here? Next one, 185. So if you have been around for a while, you will know that we usually take the last candle. Yeah, we take the last candle and we look for the previous highs and lows out of this candle shadow, right? So that's why we have this 158.41. The next one was this next low. The next one was this gap, and the next one was this 141.90. And these guys, this is very similar to what Tony does. All right, it's kind of different to what Jack does on his chart, because Jack usually he goes only a few. I mean, he's looking for the higher time frame levels, but he he focused a little bit more on the previous days or weeks. But for me now, drawing these external liquidity key levels, it's about going to the daily chart or even to the weekly chart and identifying the previous highs and lows. All right. So if you were one of the ones watching for my 172 and 174 key levels, well, they are right here. This is the previous high. These are previous highs out of the last previous day candle shadow. All right. Uh, Mohammed, can you explain again? Yeah. So, for example, Mohammed, we have this candle here. This is last Friday candle, right? So what I'm drawing here, it's the previous day's highs and lows out of this candle shadow. All right. So the next highs on here was this 177.51 and then this 178. So but we gap up, so we started the market session above these two levels. So my next key levels were these ones, 172 or something, 01, and the next one is this 174. All right, that was very good, down. That was very good. So yeah, and that's exactly what I did. I took my entry on 172, and my profit target or my target was 174. Why I wasn't expecting 175? Because this is a week high. So I was expecting on a Monday to struggle a little bit more. So today I was comfortable with reaching 174, and during the week I will try to use these 174, 175 as my retest, let's say my retest level, right? So what I'm waiting here, it's a break of this 174, have some displacement and then retest of this key level and holding this 174 for the next leg to the upside. All right. Okay. Tocayo, you took the same trade this morning. Good. Yeah, pre-market plans, they work wonders, right? And they work, most of them, right? Like it worked AMD, it worked Nvidia. What about Tesla? Tesla actually had the gap fill. That was a good one. Good, Muhammad. Good. Chris, entry 940, 949. Muhammad, based on this, can you identify together here tomorrow key targets for, and I think I'm missing half of the question, right? Yeah, complete that question, Muhammad, and I will reply here. But yes, I mean, I tried to, okay. I took same based on this plan, my first ever options trade. Congratulations, my friend, congratulations. All right, so let's go to this AMD. So there are a few ways to look at this trade, right? So clearly we came back for this 168.90. Look at this nice retest. What I like from these key levels are they are all previous days highs and lows. They are external liquidity, right? So this retest, even when the market is or the price is going down on the pre-market, look at this. The previous day high was 167.18. So we were above the previous day high. So this was very bullish. Even when this was a very nice pullback to this 168.90. All right. So we had this pullback, and look at the reaction right here. I mean, if you were watching closely AMD at the market open, you see this rocket flying, right? You see this rocket flying. So there are a few ways to watch at this trade, right? So the first one is how Tony was watching at this. He was watching at this candle. So he was using the one candle rule, right? So that's basically an order block, right? That this is an order block. So he was waiting for the reaction on this order block. We broke, retested, and then look at the reaction here. So this was a nice trade, but the thing with I mean, it's not a bad thing. The what happened when you are watching at this as a one candle rule is that you had to enter in this candle here, this 949 candle. So probably you guys, if you guys were following Tony, you enter on this candle, and as you can see, if you were not fast to take this entry, you may have buying at high of the day. But if you were watching the external liquidity or this key level on the daily chart, I actually got my entry right here, 947. And I know this is not a very decisive candle, but as you can see, my entry was right here, 172.21, because this candle here was showing a lot of strength, but then it just deflated. We had the next candle here holding my 172, and then the next candle was, this ripping this name, right? So I ended taking most of my position around here, 174. I took like 80% my position right here, and I took 20% my position from here to, I actually went out on this candle here, 1021. All right, so let me go to the chat. All right, so who took this AMD? Who took this AMD trade today? Besides Chris and Muhammad, who did take this? Take it. I don't listen to live trading anymore and feel so good to take the same trades as you and Tony. That's really nice, Chris. That's really nice. Yeah, for being honest, the thing, yeah, the thing is that I think I mean, they have not taken AMD trades for a while. They focus a lot on the thing is that they focus a lot on the names with relative strength. And the way I do it, it's I focus first on the names that are actually going in the same direction than the indices, right? So it's the very same strategy, but just a different approach to the setups, right? So I took AMD. I have been taking AMD to the downside for so long. I mean, this past year I made a few thousands out of this AMD to the short side. So it's just the same strategy, just a different approach to it. All right. Okay. Great trade. Thank you. Good job, Sina. Good job, Down. Good job, Laura. Orlando, you got in before? Where? Good job, Tocayo. Declan, thanks to your advice on entering as a candle forms, I was able to get a good entry on this trade. Just waiting for it to show an impulsive move and a break above the height of the previous candle. Yeah, exactly that. Like maybe you enter on this 949, just entering like somewhere here, right, above these previous candles. Good. Sven 948. That was very one. That was very good. Good job, Gabby. My question is, can you identify tomorrow targets for AMD? Yeah, but I mean, we need, I mean, we need to watch how it closes, right? And bring all your questions. Don't worry about them. Laura, is it 169.26 a resistance? I saw it as a resistance and it was broken on the pre-market. 169.26. 169.26. I don't know. Let me. 169.26. I don't see anything on that level, Laura. Okay. How cautious are you going to be for the rest of the week? Well, I mean, specifically on FOMC weeks, I try to be very patient with my setups. I mean, you know, I'm always focusing on my A game, but right now it's like um I will be focusing a bit more on the relative strength and relative weakness instead of, like going with the indices just for this week, right? Um, 941 for Orlando on the daily. Well, I 169.26, 169.26. I don't know, Laura. I mean, I see what you were watching. Just yeah, I mean, yeah, you can market them. You can this one right here, right? 169.37 maybe. Yeah, I see what you did there. All right, guys. So let's go to the next one. Well, I just want to say this right here, right here. It was 10:20 in the morning. Look at how well. I mean, after this drop on the indices, AMD was still holding this 172.50. So this is the order block on the first high of the day, right? So you might enter into a new position right here. So just for you to know, I mean, I'm not gonna, market here, but if you enter here, you actually got high of the, well, let's do it. Let's do it. So maybe something like this, right? Oh, this candle right there. Low of this candle here, high of the day here, 122 reward rate to trade. I love it. All right, Amazon. For Amazon, I was waiting for these 234. If you guys are on the Discord, if you guys are on the Scarface Discord, you watch this. You watch my charts on Amazon here. I was waiting for this 234. I was waiting for this 234. Guys, can you hear that dog? My parents' neighbors, they have a huge dog. He's angry. I don't know if he's alone. All right. So I was waiting for this 234 right here, 234 to the upside, and maybe this gap fill, or a nice pullback to here, 230, right? A nice pullback to here, 230. So I didn't have any of them. That's why I wasn't interested on Amazon today. Can you see here? So I was waiting for 234 or a pullback to 230, but none of them happened today. Can you see here why? 230. Look at this. 230, 230, 234, 234. So those are the key levels I was waiting for Amazon. And here, well, here you had this kind of nice recovery here. Can you see here how this, even when it had a drop this morning, it suddenly starts having the same market structure than QQQ? So that's why I will be watching this. Look at this. You have market structure, higher highs, higher lows, higher highs, higher lows. So with this break, displacement and retest of this 233.44, I will be looking for this move to the upside, at least to the bodies of the candles of the high of the day. This first trade, wasn't successful, but if you were waiting for this opportunity here, this is a perfect example of the 84% rule. Why? Because you are holding market structure here. Can you see? You are actually keeping market structure here. So if you were getting the same entry, same risk, and same targets, you actually got it and a bit more, right? And a bit more. So anyone here took Amazon? Yes, I took Amazon 940. 940. Oh my gosh. Look at this. This is a perfect trade. This is a perfect trade. 940. This is the retest previous day high. This is a very neutral candle. So 940 for me, it's an early entry. But I understand what you were trying here. So after this 941 candle, this is perfect for a bullish movement, right? Look how well buyers step in right here, previous day high. So maybe this 940 was very aggressive, but this 941 maybe right here to 3260. Yeah, maybe here to 3260, an entry here with the indices, doing its own thing. SPY is at respecting previous day close. QQQ bouncing out of the today's open above previous day high. This was a very nice entry here. But I mean, a lot of people will be scared about this drop and taking this entry here. But look at this nice reaction right here. 936. This is a nice reaction on previous day high. Buyers stepping in. Another retest, and then this candle here, I love it. I love the idea. I will be so scared about taking this, but I love the idea. Cuba, hey Neto, I got a question outside of this review session. When to know you should quit trading? I've had pretty bad couple of weeks recently, and I can clearly see I over and revenge trade too often. You know what, Cuba? Tag me on the Traders Lab. We can talk about this. All right? Yeah, for sure. Just reach at the Traders Lab, and I will try to help you identify patterns of behavior. All right? Jets, I took this trade because of learning from you. I am not usually on live review, but I rewatch every night, and you are teaching me so much. I think you are very welcome, Jets. You are very welcome. So yeah, so these guys, I mean, I really love this one, right? It's the retest of the previous day high. So this is a very nice trade. And look at this. I mean, the pre-market price action was not like too decisive. So yeah, no, this was a very nice trade. This was a very nice trade. And then if you were not as aggressive as to take this one here, this reclaim of 233.44, I love it. I mean, this first attempt didn't work, but this 84% rule actually worked really well. All right, let's go to NVIDIA. NVIDIA was doing not too much, but I like this reclaim of previous day high, 174.72, 174.72. We had this reclaim, then came back, retested this 1 minute opening range, and I will be opening my position right here. This is 949. This is a nice reclaim of previous day high or reaction out of this previous day high, or even this 174.25. But this is looking very bullish, right? This is looking very bullish. Also, QQQ was showing some strength, and SPY, look at this 945 candle was showing some recovery here. So I will like this entry here, 949. It's actually at the very same time than AMD. So because I had to choose between AMD and Nvidia. Do you remember, guys? I told you I have not been feeling very comfortable taking Nvidia to new highs. So I prefer AMD because I have clear targets, clear objectives, and you can see. I mean that's the way I actually manage my trades. So it's not just the feeling of being secure of or just having more information. I actually plan for it, right? So that's something that I just wanted to discuss with you. All right. Renato, hey Neto, I took a trade in Nvidia and wasn't able to take AMD because of fear, even when it was in my plan. But in Nvidia, I made some small winners. Congratulations, Renato. Yeah, so semis they were pushing nicely this morning. Semis were pushing nicely this morning. Nvidia, AMD, I think Palantir was pushing nicely. ABGO, so they were that was the sector that was actually getting the money this morning. So I had these trades for you. So this 949 candle, nice reclaim above previous day high, above this 1 minute opening range high, this break retest of this area here. So I really like this. And again, with QQQ retesting the high of the day, and SPY defending the previous day close. I really like this, but I was already on AMD. Okay. Sorry about that. What do you think? 1033 on Nvidia. 1033 on Nvidia. I think it's very similar. That's a very similar trade, right? It's a very similar trade. It just the indices were not as pushing as high as before. 1033. 1033 right here. I like it. This is pre-market high. I mean, it's not like a break and retest here. It may be 1035. But this didn't work, right? I mean, you should be aiming at least to the 5 minute opening range. Shocky, I may have gone into Nvidia too early, but I entered 641. That's 941, maybe. Are you Pacific time? I think you are, right? Well, again, I mean, I like these retests of this 174.25. 174.25. 174.25. This was the previous all-time highs. Previous all-time highs. So yeah, I really like these retest reaction. Buyers actually stepping in nicely here. So yeah, I mean, I like it. I like it. Again, it was below previous day high, but I mean, I like the reaction right here. And as you can see, reaction is not out of the blue. It's actually, like out of a nice key level here. So yeah, I really like it. Okay, well, let me go to Tesla, guys. Tesla was amazing today. Tesla, we had this break retest of this high of the day, 5 minute opening range. If you cannot enter here because this was not a break displacement retest, you may have this second chance here. So this 1005. Give me 1 second. No. So this one, guys, it's the a perfect break displacement retest of one candle rule or an order block, right? Can you see it was right to the T, right to the T. Buyers stepping in aggressively. So if you enter into your position right here, you have your stop loss at the bottom of this candle, and you were aiming, let's say you were aiming to previous day high, it was a 1 to 2 risk reward ratio trade, just there, right? What about 325? 325, it was a 1 to 3 risk reward ratio trade. And what about these 326.43? Look at this. 1 to 4.2 risk reward ratio trade. And where are these key levels coming from? You will ask. All right. Is this, I mean, are anyone has questions about the key levels? I think they all are kind of very clear, but just, I mean, if someone cannot understand the key levels or where is a line coming from, just ask, all right? Um, Yatin, I got chopped on Nvidia first and recovered later on Tesla. Nice. I was actually watching Tesla, but because I had a very nice trade on AMD, I was like, okay, well, hands off. I'm on a trip. I'm not taking too much risk. I don't want to be here for hours. So I just took one and done. But yeah, I was watching Tesla and it was amazing. It was amazing because you have as a target the gap fill, and actually you got it right. You got that uh, that gap fill, so that was just amazing. It was a 1 to 6, yeah, 1 to 6. I use mobile BKR app for the trading today. TW, I don't know if it's faster. I use Webull, and sometimes I use the Webull mobile app. It's super nice, but it requires a few clicks, so I don't like it too much. I mean, I don't like to be on my phone doing it. Not because we will. It's just I don't like it, and that's the way I learned. So don't get me wrong. I mean, I completely understand how it works, and I feel that I'm actually good at it. It's just I just don't like it. Stina, everybody waiting for your English version of key level scores. Soon, I promise. Soon, I promise. Orlando took Tesla 1053. Nice. Yeah, this was a very nice trade, Orlando, because you had this retest to pre-market high, reclaim of previous day high. So this was a very, very nice trade. And look at this. No drawdown here, and you get the gap fill like in a few minutes. Very good. All right, guys. I don't have anything on Microsoft. I was watching Palantir looking weak against the indices, so I was like watching, to the downside. And as you can see, when you are playing the downside, everything is faster and way more aggressive, and that's why I like puts. So can you see here? This is the 1 minute opening range break and retest. This is the 5 minute opening range break and retest, or low of the day break and retest. These two were the two that I like. I was watching this Apple trade. It was a nice reclaim break and retest of the 1 minute opening range. And look at this, all the way to pre-market high, rejection, and then consolidation here. So we need indices to do their thing. And if you ask me, I think tomorrow is gonna be a very boring day. tomorrow and Wednesday. They will be very boring days. So if you can risk off, that will be fine. If you want to take cash, that's the perfect move. If you are gonna look for trades, just make sure that you are going with the relative strength and relative weakness, because the next few days, at least tomorrow and Wednesday, indices are not gonna do anything, guys. Investors, long-term investors, right now they are on the sidelines waiting for the FOMC. That's the smart thing to do. That's what smart money does. So we should be just waiting for our next opportunity, right? Jatin 10, 11, 10, 11, 10, 11, no. 10, 12, maybe. Depending on when you enter on this candle, right? 10, 10, 13, that was a nice one, right? Oh, but you were on Tesla. Sorry. Don, I guess it's good. I'm going on vacation Thursday and Friday. Come on, Don. I mean, you don't live out of trading. Just close your broker, watch your charts. If you want to watch your charts, do it. But yeah, don't ruin your days, because you will be thinking about what you did wrong and everything. So don't try to force anything. Again, Tuesday and Wednesday will be days that it's gonna be very boring. I can bet on it. It's gonna be very boring, because investors are gonna be waiting for the FOMC. So the market is not gonna move aggressively, and you will see. You will see. So take it. Felipe, hola, ahora recién me pregunta cómo está. Okay, so I'm gonna translate for you guys. So Felipe made his very first trade with his live account, and he went on QQQ because the contracts are cheaper, and he went for a 1 to 2 risk reward, and that was a very nice one. Let me take a look to it in a second, Felipe. Just dame un segundito, ahorita la revisamos, okay? So I was watching Jatin 1011 on Tesla 1011. You were chasing, my friend. Well, you know what? I mean, this is an immediate break and retest of the pre-market high. Uh, just because the market and the name was with the in the move to the upside, it might be a nice one. But look at this. I mean, you have no displacement here. So this is, for me, this is like an immediate retest, or this is kind of a breakout trade, right? Because you are not actually retesting anything. You are still breaking out. So this is kind of a breakout trade. So it was a nice one. It's just different to what we do here, right? We went to Microsoft. We went to Palantir. Apple, what is this? Google has been, Google, the after earnings has been playing nicely. And I was watching this. This is textbook 5 minute opening range low. Can you look at it? Look how many candles around this 192.90, 192.80. How many candles? So finally you have a rejection and a candle closure below this level, high low of the day, 5 minute opening range low. So if you were watching for this, 192 was your first target. It was a 122, but previous day low was the actual target, and it was a 124.7. That was a very nice trade. All right, guys. So let me go to QQQ just to watch Felipe's trade, because I really have to go now. I need to go for some tacos. That's the thing that I miss the most when I'm in Mexico. All right, Felipe, 944, 944, 944. What is this, Felipe? So it was 944 or 1044? 944 Eastern? I'm not sure what you were trying to do here. 944. Look at this. If you were if you were trying something because we retested previous day high, this 567.70, that it was also the previous week high. So this is previous day high, previous week high. Nice retest right here. So look at this. Buyers stepping in, buyers stepping in, buyers stepping in. So if you were doing this, 944 here, well, this is the reclaim of the 1 minute opening range. I don't know what you were trying to do here. It was fortunate that the push was way higher and actually higher every time. But one of two, Felipe. Or you were very late on this entry here. I mean, you were very late after this retest here, or you were very early on this breakout. So, I mean, I think for this, you were just lucky. But I don't. I mean, the thing is that I understand your play. You went after the retest of the previous day high. So if your play was the retest of the previous day high, I think you were chasing. You were late a few minutes on that trade. But if you were trying a breakout of this high of the day, 5 minute opening range, you were a bit early. I will take it like maybe on this candle here. I mean, when you are close to the level, all right? You were thinking on the 84% rule. Oh, no, I still don't know. I think you were late here or you were early here. And you were lucky today. Let's talk about this trade later on the Discord, Felipe. Gaby, un chicharrón de la Ramos. Qué rico. El break del okay, so you were looking for the break of the 1 minute opening range. Okay. All right, guys. So that's all for me today. Sorry, I'm kind of in a rush because I'm here staying at my parents. They are waiting for me to go for lunch, and I just can't say no to some tacos. So if you are on Traders Lab, remember we will have our weekly performance coaching session at 4 p.m. Eastern Time. I will wait for you. Today is the Q&A for everything we learned on July. So all your questions, bring them on. We'll be ready for you. If you have anything to discuss, that will be a good time. Remember, this is not a technical session. It's more on your routines, on your behaviors, on your patterns, on your triggers. Cuba, I strongly recommend you go there. We can go over a few patterns and behaviors. Remember, this is not the psychology coaching session. This is the performance. But I will see you there. For everyone else, I will see you tomorrow here, Trade Review. Please, 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 please. We are 556 people on the community, on this family. Like the video, subscribe to the channel, and I'll see you tomorrow, guys. Bye-bye.